Hello, my name is Dr. Mrs. Izuwah Doris from Our Lady of Guadalupe Health Foundation and Autism Center. I'm going to talk about safety in transitioning for our special needs children because they need to be protected even as they become adolescents and adults. And once more, transitioning is a process of moving from one stage of someone's life to the adult into adulthood, and the aim is for them to be self-sufficient, to be independent when they grow older, at least to be able to take care of themselves one way or the other. And when it comes to safety, you know that safety is a state of being protected from a potential harm or something that has been designed to protect and also prevent harm from to our children. And when you know the developmental stage of your child, it's easier to teach safety to them because they don't reason at the same level. So it's a collaborative effort from the parents, the siblings, the distant relations, the therapists. Everyone must come on board in teaching safety to our kids. For example, when for you to even know something is dangerous to you, you need to understand that. You have to teach them to build relationships with others. When they have close relationship with adults and other children, it helps them to develop that self-confidence to know this thing is right, this thing is not wrong, this thing is not wrong, or this thing is wrong. It helps them to be secured in knowing whom to trust and whom not to trust. Number two, you need to teach them to understand their environment. For example, they are going to the playground. This particular play things are very dangerous for this age group. Things, all these small toys that can be easily swallowed and cause foreign body aspiration is not good for any child less than 3 years. So you should keep it away from the child. Or this adult doesn't look good, looks menacing, don't go play with the person. Or you look at the person's face, the person is frowning so much, you don't need to go play with the person. So they need to understand that social relationships, social cues from people, and people they're not supposed to go near to because they can become aggressive to them because I'm so sad, why do you want to come and play with me? So they need to learn all those body languages. It's part of safety. What about their reasoning, their cognitive skills? Apart from learning their environment, they need to understand events, when to explore, when to stay in one place. For example, you've gone to a party with your child, you don't leave him moving around. He can wander away. He can wander, for example, if he's in a hotel, he can wander into a water body. And even if they have wandered, they need to know, they need to learn how to go back and look for their parents. They need to know where their parents were staying before they left. So we need to teach them that sense of direction so that even if they eventually wandered near water body, they will not jump into the pool because they've understood that this is a water body. Don't go into the water. Don't go into the water. And peradventure, they enter the water. You must have taught them how to swim as part of transitioning program, as part of exercising transitioning, so that if accidentally they fall into water body, water pool, they'll be able to swim out without drowning. It's all part of safety. So helping them to reason things out is also part of teaching them safety and give them opportunity to further develop those skills. Then what about the sense of time? Timing, preschool, morning, afternoon, dark, especially for the adolescents. Okay, you're teaching them safety and you live in a gated community. There's nothing wrong for them to move around. In as much as they are vulnerable, maybe at the initial period, somebody can move around with them, as form of exercise to walk around. With time, they can be going by themselves, teaching them how to say no. If somebody is going to ask them questions, they can quickly go to another part of the road, how to cross the main roads. All these things are safety, and teaching them once it's dark, it's getting dark, don't stay out too long, come in. Because a lot of things happen under the darkness. I don't want your children to be outside when it's quite dark. If they have a watch, you can tell them, why don't you go for your stroll by 5 and come back by 6? Do you understand? So that they will not be out when it's really, really dark. So timing is very, very important. Even going under the hot sun because they can collapse due to fatigue and dehydration. Go with water so you can drink your water on the road. It's very, very important. Help them to anticipate. and prepare for what is coming next by using visual aids and prompting them, and help them to solve some problems by themselves. Okay, for example, your phone is ringing and somebody calls. You can tell them to pick the phone, but remember, you must have been teaching. Let them say, hello, how are you, who may I know who you are, you want to speak to mommy. Let them know how to use the phone. And if anything happens, if you're outside, tell them to call you. Write your phone number where they can memorize it. Let them even know it so they can call you. Then you call them intermittently from work. Even if there's a nanny in the house, let them answer the phone. Even if it's to say, hey, yo, mommy, hey, yo, daddy, at least they are answering the phone. Then, how are you? Fine. At least let them hear your voice. Let them start getting used to it from childhood. So when they become adolescents, they can call you. They can even use WhatsApp. They can even type, safe, help. It's very important, okay? And then that's in terms of problem solving, and teach them to tell you what must have happened in the past. When you come back from work, ask them what happened. Oh, from I ate rice, I ate eba, I drank water. No matter how small, let them report something so that with time they will learn how to report what somebody did to them. Because our greatest fear as parents is not knowing what has happened to our child, because someone can threaten them not to say anything. So we need to teach them to be confident enough, because of our relationships with them, that they will be able to tell us what is happening to them whenever we come back. They won't be afraid to open up to us. Communication. Teaching communication, helping our special needs children to talk, is part of safety, so they can communicate what has happened, or even write it down if they're not able to talk. If they have their phones or what they can use to talk, their talking aids, they can use and show you what happened. For example, what did you eat in the afternoon? They can bring out a picture of the rice or beans or something. Practicalize it with them so that they can be able to convey danger. When they start becoming afraid, learn their body emotions. When they start becoming afraid of their caregiver, even in your presence, they know that some form of abuse is also going on. It's important. Safety is important, okay? Also, in terms of sexual abuse, teach them, let them understand their body, the no-go areas, the places not to touch, their private parts. Teach them boundaries. Our children sometimes they don't know boundaries. They can kiss and hug anybody. Let them know this is stranger. Not hugging apart from mommy or daddy or something like that. Teach them that even the nannies are not supposed to be hugging them anyhow. It's good to teach them boundaries. It's important so that nobody will take advantage of them, and let them not even touch people anyhow. By the time they become adolescents, you have to also minimize on the hugging and the kissing so that they don't go around kissing everybody they see on the street. It's important, okay? And teach them safety rules. Advocate for them with the family members on how to show affection and what not to do for your child, and reinforce these safety skills in their daily life. Then let's talk about like 21 things, just summary on other ways to teach safety to our special needs children. Let them know stranger from foes. These are family. This person is not a family. It's important they understand that. Even if they have stranger anxiety, that's okay. Let them know you don't go, it's not every stranger, you don't go hugging strangers. Number 2, home safety. Daily checking of the doors at night, putting off the lights in the night, being organized to avoid tripping hazards. Number 3, electrical hazards. Ironing plugs, power surges, when NEPA takes light, how to put off the switches so that there won't be electrical surge and cause fire. If they can learn that now, it becomes automatic. When they become adults, they will automatically do those things. Our kids love routine. Number 4, plumbing. Very important to avoid flooding. Number 5, rain and safety. When it's raining, go and bring in, even once you feel it's about to rain, excuse me, go and bring in your clothing. Don't stay out when it's raining. Go out with your umbrella during rainy season. Number 6, crossing the main roads and street lights. 7, fire hazards. candles. What to do when if there is fire in your house and you don't know what to do. Fire song. Go to learn. You will learn this beautiful song. Number 8, corrosive liquids. Kerosenes, aisles. Don't put them in attractive containers because they can't drink it. Keep it away from kids. Number 9, keeping drugs away. Because some of the kids are suicidal. They're adolescents. They're fed up. So you don't want them to start taking drugs because of they no longer want to live. So keep these drugs away from them, except maybe if they are supplements. Number 10, adolescents. They're very, very gullible, and they find it difficult to identify true friends, and they can be prone to peer pressure, drug abuse, alcohol. Please teach them the right thing. Number 11, assistive technology and its cons and pros. You remember that there are pedophiles. They can go into porn sites, so you need to check what they're watching and the social media they belong to. I know of an adolescent with autism. He opened an Instagram account and he didn't know how to communicate, so he posted something and he was commenting wrongly on people's pages, and they started bullying him, calling him all sorts of names, and they really, really bullied him. And we just saw him one day. He was so aggressive and anxious and very angry, and we asked. He now showed us what people were talking to him or telling him on social media, and he volunteered to close it down. And it was an opportunity for us to now educate him and educate the parents on cyberbullying and what he's supposed to write and not to write on another person's post. It was quite funny, but it wasn't really that funny. So what about the 12 social stories? You can use social stories to talk about different forms of safety, the benefits of assisted technology, the bus, how to cross the main road. So you can use social stories to demonstrate to the kids. Number 13, teach parental referencing. Identify the adult. Teach them to identify where you're staying. For example, you've gone to church and they've gone to a children's session. Let them sit in a particular place so that after the children's session, they will be able to identify you at that particular spot. That if they wander away, they will come back to that particular spot and look for you. It's important. Number 14, we talked about the drowning and teaching swimming. Please take this serious. If you can, please do so. 15, self-control and when to stop. Avoid running into everything. Our kids, they don't look, they just move. They're powerful, they move. So teach them to take time, think before you move. Watch out! Stop! Hold on! Let them think about it before they just go and grab things. Number 16, what to do when there is a fight around them. Let them run. When people are fighting as if there is something interesting happening on the road, people really rush to go and see what's happening. Teach them, no, you run. And then when people are running, let them be sensitive to the environment. When people are running and they see everybody running, let them not just do it, let them also run. Number 17, self-defense. Against bullies. There's nothing wrong with your child learning taekwondo, how to defend himself. What if he's an adolescent and he's walking home from where he has gone for his vocational training and people attack him? He needs to learn how to defend himself, but not to cause harm or start hitting people. He must never be the first to hit. Very, very important. And never hit a lady. Number 18, encourage and facilitate exploration of the environment. Let them learn where they are. Don't lock them in the house. They don't know anywhere. They can't even find the way to their house, and even while living in an estate. Really? Let them move around and learn the number of their estates, where they live. Let them, if there's a shopping mall in the estate, let them go and shop and walk back home. Number 19, child gates, locks, safety locks on bathtubs, cabinets for the younger children. Okay, even places that have, if you have pills, you have household cleaners and all these kerosenes and hydrocarbons, please lock it away. Very important. Number 20, and our children are so different. So think through your child's needs, the behaviors, and create safety plan for your child according to your child's level. Make sure your child is learning something about safety at each point in time. Prioritize so that as they're getting older, you're adding more and more and more. Don't worry, it's entry. They will need it as adolescents. Remember to organize and label things for what they are so they don't make mistakes. Like if you have spices, drugs, you can use just a tag and label them. It's very important because by the time they want to get things and they don't know where it is, it can make them have meltdowns and behavioral issues. Visual cues are very, very important. Very, very important. Then remember to teach your child about himself. My name is Ola. I am a girl. I am 8 years old. The name of my daddy is Emeka. The name of my mommy is Olua. I live at number 12, maybe Rosemary House, so and so place. The phone number of the parents. Keep on adding. They mustn't learn all these things at every time, but once they learn one step, go to the next one and teach, so that if they find themselves somewhere unpleasant, they can call. For example, I have lots of stories because I've lived with and stayed with so many special needs children. For example, I had this 16-year-old that flew from Port Harcourt to Abuja, and of course they were waiting for him at the arrival. The parents were waiting for him at the arrival area, and they said once you come out, you put on your phone and we will call. We'll know when you come out, or call the parents. But unfortunately, the night before, he was playing games with his phone, so he ran down by the time he came back. But lo and behold, thank God he knew the number of the mother. I don't know. We don't know where he got the phone, but I think he said he saw a policeman or one of those security men and approached them and said, "Can I call my mom, please?" And then he knew the number and he called the mom, and they quickly told him where to wait, and they went and picked him up. What if they didn't know anybody's phone number? Must they always travel with somebody else? So sometimes you have to teach them what to do. Very, very important. And then in terms of behaviors, you have to teach them how to manage their violent behaviors. You need to do a lot of things to talk about social cues and behaviors, because if somebody exhibits violent behaviors in a community outside, people can mob him. Even how to approach people is very, very important. Teach them how to comport themselves even as they're getting older. It's just one baby step after the other. Then the other one, secure eating utensils, your knives, especially if you have adolescents that are aggressive, keep away the knife. I've had adolescents that had suicidal tendencies. We had to advise the parents to keep away the knife till those behaviors were managed, it was discussed, and the reasons those things were coming up. Because, when it happens, it has happened. You don't want to talk about it because you need to protect other members of the family as well. Is it not so? You need to protect everyone. So you teach your children the safety skills also, very, very important. How to use a phone, fire safety. I've talked about that. So their caregivers, their parents, therapists, let's teach safety to our children, one step after the other. Each stage in life requires a certain safety skills to be learned by them, even as they become adolescents and adults, so they can take care of themselves and remain safe for their own sake and the sake of their family. Thank you, and thank you for listening. God bless you. Bye-bye.